Hey guys,
Hello.
so it's Tuesday,
Yes.
and well, we're filming this just a couple minutes before you guys will see it.
Yeah.
Addie's been working this week on taking all of her blinking stuff and putting it, all of her different heart rhythms, and putting it into a single program, which can be controlled or cycled through with a little switch there. And
Okay.
she's been using a actual output device, a serial LCD. So we'll let
Yeah.
her get into the details on this because, well, it's nerd chick stuff.
Right. So I wanted to, instead of having to load each program on individually, I wanted to be able to put all of them in one program. So I had to learn how to use case states and such. And then, in order to go through each of the different case or states or the heart rhythms, we added a momentary switch. So every single time you click down, it'll go to the next one and then cycle back through. And then I also wanted to be able to let people know what rhythm they were looking at because some of the ones that you see are pretty similar to each other when you're just looking at the LEDs. So, without further ado, and I also incorporated the sound too for the different rhythms, the different lub dubs, and I put them in the physiologically accurate locations. So, let's go ahead and run this. Load RAM. Hopefully this will be able to catch it. But, yep. Essentially, I've got normal sinus rhythm. And does it show up on the screen?
Yeah, I can kind of see it.
It's a little light. I don't know how we change the contrast here. Can we change the contrast?
Not easily. There's a wheel on the back of it, but they can see it okay.
Okay. And then we'll switch. Sinus Brady. Sinus Tacky. And this is one of the things that I have to change. Something that I'm doing with the sound is causing some sort of overflow to make the sound kind of gross and crunchy. So I'll figure what that is. It's okay. We can still. So this one's atrial fib. This is atrial flutter. This one's SVT, supraventricular tachycardia. This is VFib, and I'm still debating as to whether or not to take away the atrial activity. This is ventricular tachycardia. This is first degree AV block. Second degree block type 1. And then second degree block type 2. And then this one is third degree, which is just not good. And then this one is normal sinus with bundle branch. Or bundle branch block, I should say. And this one is junctional rhythm. And then we come back around to sinus rhythm.
Yeah, loops right back.
Yes.
All right, so what did you have to learn that you didn't know before in order to get this thing doing, what is that, like 12, 13?
14. 14 different rhythms.
Different rhythms. What did you have to learn to allow that to happen?
So like I said before, I had to learn how to use the different or case states so that each time or one cog had to be dedicated to reading the state of this switch essentially, and each time I pressed it, it would increment up by 1, and then all of the other cogs in the propeller had to recognize that and then change things accordingly. So one cog would change the main rhythm or the PR rhythm, and then the other cog would change the QRS rhythm. But that's because the central state variable is read by all of the different cogs.
So you used a global variable called
Yes.
state
Yes.
to let all of the cogs communicate with each other about the state of the machine.
Correct.
The switch has the ability to modify the state, incrementing it up,
Yep.
and it modulos around back to state 0 at the top.
Yep.
And on the cogs that are actually doing the blinking, they read the state from the global variable and change their behavior depending on what is happening
Right.
with the state.
And for those who don't know what modulo is, say you have modulo 5, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then wraps back around to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It just keeps wrapping around that 5. So if it's
Wow.
modulo 10
To 0.
or whatever, so modulo 10. So then it'd be 0 to 10 or 0 to 9. Which one?
It could be 1 to 10, it could be 0 to 9.
Okay, well, you get the idea. So
Depends on how
modulo
you're
10,
defining yourself.
modulo 10 is goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, wraps around back to 1. Something like that. For those who don't know what that meant.
Yeah. I would usually do it 0 to 255.
Yeah.
Is my most often used modulo set.
So that's modulo 256.
Yeah.
Aha!
But different platforms might do it a little bit differently.
I see.
Not everybody understands that counting from 0 is better.
Sure.
All right, Addie's learning how to program this propeller thing on our podcast at firstspin.tv.
Yes.
And that's a weekly show with myself, Addie, and Roy Eltham.
Yep. And this is the propeller demo. This is the propeller demo board that we got from Parallax. Thank you. And this is also the serial
That's
LCD.
not a propeller demo board.
Oh, sorry. Propeller
That is the
Board of Education.
brand new, unreleased propeller board of education.
Right. But this can easily be done with the...
It could be done with the
Demo
quick
board.
start. It could be done with the demo board. It could be done with any of the usual suspects.
Correct.
Heck, you could even use a gadget gangster propeller board
Yep.
if you wanted to.
Yep. And I think maybe one day we'll go more in depth with the Board of Education here.
Yeah, I think we've got one more, well, maybe more than one, because Addie's talking about doing some very special visual display fabrication for this project. She wants to actually build a
Something.
something.
A something.
So, you know, we'll be back to this project again soon.
Yes.
All right. Make sure you guys tune in this Friday. I put together a video for Friday that is going to bring you guys up to speed on where the whole new studio RoboJib stuff is at. All right. We'll see you guys then.
Bye.
Bye.
We post videos all the time, so don't forget to subscribe. And follow us on Twitter at TYMKRS.